Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Multi-Tool School. Let's say that you already own a multi-tool, but you're looking around for another one and trying to decide what to get. Or you don't own a multi-tool and you're looking for one for the first time. Well, let's take a look at some things that you might take into consideration when you're trying to choose one that's right for you. Stay with me. So, for the sake of this discussion, let's say that you've already decided you're not really looking for a keychain size multi-tool. You would like to have what you might call a full size or large multi-tool, and you've also decided you want pliers. You want a multi-tool that has a pair of pliers. Perhaps one way of distinguishing types of multi-tools is to consider the type of multi-tools that have the pliers on the inside. You can see these multi-tools, you don't see the pliers. They're on the inside of the tool, as opposed to other types of multi-tools that display the pliers on the outside or in some other configuration. So again, for the purposes of this discussion, we might consider some full-size multi-tools as traditional and the other group as non-traditional. This is one of the original Leatherman PST, personal survival tool. This is the black oxide model. It was very simple looking on the outside. You pull the grips open, swing them around, and there's the pliers. You have some tools inside the handle. You have a knife blade, and it's not a locking knife blade in these early models. And there's your knife blade ready for use. Now, over time, that same style, and these are not just Leatherman, this is multi-tools in general, continue to have this, I guess you'd say, design with plain exterior, smooth, about the width of the palm of your hand, and the set of tools and the pliers are inside. You swing the handles open and there's your pliers. So for the purposes of this discussion, I would say this is a traditional full-size multi-tool. This one is the Super Tool 300, and it's obviously larger than the original Leatherman but it's mostly the same style or same design. Your tool sets are enclosed. You're going to swing open the handles. There's your pliers. Here's a knife blade. So all of the implements are on the inside. So these are some examples of what you might call non-traditional multi-tools. And this one right here is the Leatherman Crunch, which is a it's vice grips, locking vice grips. So they're really not pliers, so I'm not sure if this really falls into our discussion today, but certainly non-traditional multi-tool. And of course there is a knife blade and other tools on it, but vice grips, I'm going to kind of set it aside for right now. Another non-traditional is this Spyderco spider wrench, and again, it doesn't really have pliers. You have a crescent wrench right here, and you have these pliers right here, and of course, since it's a Spyderco, you have this excellent Spyderco blade. So and it has bits and other things with it, but it's certainly non-traditional, and I'm going to kind of set that aside, and let's take a look at this. This is basically a large Swiss Army knife, and it's got the Buck brand on it. However, it is manufactured by Wenger, and I don't think they make these anymore. However, is an example of pliers. It does have pliers, although you can kind of tell that this is not the pliers are a secondary consideration, but they're definitely usable pliers. But again, I'm going to set these aside and focus on these other multi-tools right here. Now, for quite a while, Gerber has produced multi-tools that have the plier head inside the multi-tool, and you access the pliers by using these push buttons on the side, which releases the pliers and they slide out of the handle, and that makes it one-handed. You can open those pliers and access them if you know what you're doing, you can access them one-handed, but obviously I need a little more practice on that. Now, Leatherman came out with a set called the OHT one-hand tool. That's in some ways it's similar. You press the buttons and the pliers slide out. They're spring-loaded, and so another example is multi-tools where the pliers are right there. They're quite obvious, and with this one you press this little button right here and it releases the pliers, and so basically this is a pair of pliers with some other tools added onto it, which is fine. Here's the knife blade, and this is by CRKT, called the Zilla tool, I believe. Now this one is from Buck, and for the most part, it looks like an ordinary folding blade knife, but it has pliers that slide out like that. So that's another non-traditional pliers category of multi-tools. Concerning the knife blades on multi-tools, one thing to consider that may or may not be important to you is whether or not the knife blade locks into position. This Victorinox Swiss tool, the knife blade is locked in place, and you release it with these pull tabs right here. Pull it down, it releases the blade, and put the blade away. On the Buck, it has a liner lock right there. Push it aside, close it up. The Gerber is locked. You pull this tab down, and then you can put the blade away. Amazingly, there are still multi-tools in production that do not have locking blades. Do not assume that a multi-tool has a locking blade. This one, which may not be in production any longer, but there's no locking mechanism, and that blade might accidentally close at a time when you didn't really expect it to or want it to. That's it for part one of how to choose a multi-tool. And of course, your choice of multi-tool is up to you. I wouldn't try to influence your decision as to brand or anything. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.